So if you have a passion project, balikan mo yung sarili mo a year ago, 2 years ago, 3 years ago, even 5 years ago. And ask yourself, ano yung mga gusto mong gawin before? And maybe ito na yung oras and yung pagkakataon. Welcome to Small Talk, small conversations with huge impact. My name is Alec Cuenca and I'm your host for today. And before we start anything else, I pray that you guys are safe. I pray that you guys, your family, your friends, your loved ones are safe during this crisis. I pray that you have enough food, medicine, and other resources para makalagpas dito sa crisis na to. I really hope that you are safe. So for today, we are going to talk about 10 indoor activities that you could do to reduce stress and anxiety during COVID-19, right? So first and foremost, let's just get this out of the way. No disclaimer lang. There's only one thing that you need to do during this time, that you only have one responsibility, and that is stay indoors. If you are not a frontliner, if you are not someone who is working for the government, if you are not, someone who works at a charity or a nonprofit organization that helps people outside, then you only have one responsibility, and that is stay indoors. So if you are doing that and if you are staying indoors, then thank you. Thank you for doing your part. You are doing your responsibility. So and I just want to say that I appreciate you. Meron nga ako nakitang meme na parang sinasabi niya na last year, if you are inside your house, wala kang ginagawa kundi matulog, kumain at manood ng series, then pabaya ka sa buhay. Kung ngayon gawin mo yan, na wala kang ginawa kundi matulog, kumain at manood ng series, you are a role model. So, thank you for doing your part. However, there are people who are actually getting more stressed dahil wala silang ginagawa. Particularly me, ako kasi medyo extrovert ako. Ayoko yung parang nakahiga lang. Ayoko yung parang alam mo yun, yung feeling na wala kang ginagawa. Hindi sa unproductive tignan, pero nauurat lang ako, naiirita lang ako pag wala akong ginagawa. I honestly don't like sleeping kasi sayang yung oras sayang yung oras pag natulog. I know it's very vital sa buhay natin, pero kung ako lang papapiliin, sana hindi na lang tayo natutulog, ganun. Pero yun nga, if you are one of the people like me who are getting stressed, getting anxious dahil walang ginagawa, and you are getting bored, and partly medyo nababaliw ka na sa mga nangyayari, then this podcast episode is for you. Right? Ako kasi ganun ang nararamdaman ko, naiirita ako, medyo nauurat na ako sa kung ano yung nangyayari dahil wala nga tayong nagagawa. And I actually learned about the extension of the quarantine during my live session nung isang araw. Diba, nag-live ako, tapos nakita ko nga, someone said on the live podcast episode that that breaking news na na-extend yung quarantine until April 30. And alam mo yun, deep inside nung nakita ko yun na parang, oh my gosh, how are we going to get through this? Sobrang grueling, sobrang dragging nitong quarantine season na to. And naisip ko na okay, if we are going to have the quarantine extended, then dapat meron na tayong parang mga ginagawa para naman maaliw tayo, para naman, maging mas light yung araw-araw na ginagawa natin. Kasi kung ganito yung pace ng ginagawa natin araw-araw, talagang stressful, talagang mababaliw na tayo sa stress na binibigay nito. Kaya I've listed down some of the things that I've been doing, that I have done, and I will be doing, that I felt that helped me reduce my stress and anxiety. And I really hope that these activities can help you in reducing your stress and anxiety. So okay, let's head on to the first indoor activities that can reduce your stress and anxiety. And this is declutter your wardrobe. Declutter your room. Now, I have been a fan of Marie Kondo. If you haven't watched Marie Kondo, it's on Netflix. She has a series named Tidying Up with Marie Kondo. And I've got this assignment nung last year ata yun. Tapos, ang assignment namin is to watch the series and apply kung ano yung natutunan namin. And doon sa series, she talked about the 5S, yung Seiri, Seiton, Seiso, Seiketsu, and Shitsuki. And this is a process ng pag-declutter sa buhay niya, dun sa bahay niya. And there is a specific scene there for every client that she has na pinapalagay niya lahat ng damit niya doon sa kama. And then, pinapahawak niya isa-isa. She makes her client ask themselves if the item that they are holding still sparks joy in their life. So, hawakan mo yung gamit mo, tapos sabihin mo na, does this spark joy? Napapasaya pa ba ako nito? Tapos pag hindi na, lagyan nila sa isang place, tatapon nila, papamigay nila. Then, ako, nung ginawa ko ito, in-apply ko sa buhay ko, nakita ko na 50% ng gamit ko does not spark joy anymore in my life. And doon ko nakita na sobrang daming gamit, sobrang daming damit pala na hindi na mahalaga para sa akin. So this is the perfect time to do that because one, decluttering your stuff can reduce your stress. There's a science behind that. And number two, when you sort kung ano yung mga bagay na hindi mo na ginagamit, na hindi mo na kailangan, you could actually give away those stuff. You could actually donate the things that hindi mo na kailangan, and you can help other people. Natulungan mo na, nabawasan mo na yung stress mo, nakatulong ka pa sa ibang tao. There are a lot of people who are having a very hard time today, and with that simple act of kindness, talagang gagaan ang buhay nila if you do that. So that's one of the benefits if you declutter your room and your ward. It's not limited to your room. You could go around your house, punta ka sa banyo nyo, punta ka sa living room, punta ka sa kitchen, punta ka sa garage, and you could see that there are a lot of things to declutter. If you just look around, you'll see that there are a lot of things there that you do not need anymore in your life. So, just declutter those stuff. Tignan mo yung mga bagay na hindi na pala kailangan, na wala na palang meaning pero andun, na nakakadagdag lang sa kalat. And pag makalat ang environment natin, mas nasa-stress tayo. So having to declutter those stuff is to remove the stress na binibigay ng environment natin. That's number one na dapat natin gawin. Number two, the second indoor activity is organize your online files and profiles. Hindi lang yung outside life natin ang may kailangan ng pag-declutter. Yung online life din natin, kailangan din ng pag-declutter. And how do we do that? We go on to check our Google Drives or Google Photos to make sure that we have backups of the files that we own. Diba? I-backup natin yung mga files sa computer sa hard drive and kung anumang way na ginagawa natin yan. And we could actually declutter some of the files that we have there. Kung makikita natin na may mga files na nandun na takes up space dun sa memory natin, pero hindi na pala natin siya kailangan moving forward. Lalo na kung ugali mo talaga mag-backup from the very start, makikita mo na sobrang daming files na music, photos, Word files na hindi na naman necessary or crucial in the next chapter of your life, right? So, having to remove those stuff, especially photos, there are a lot of photos and videos that actually take up a lot of space. And if you could remove those stuff, if you could delete those, then mas tinutulungan mong mag-move on yung sarili mo moving forward, and makikita mo na yung ibang bagay pala doon talagang total nonsense lang, hindi na talaga necessary for you moving forward. Kasi if you're going to look at yourself right now and how you were before, if you felt that time medyo mahalaga yung moment na yun, and you took that picture and it brings back memories, and right now, hindi na ganun yung feeling mo, right? Kasi you change, you probably change, as you should. No, everyone needs to change. And it's not bad. You shouldn't feel bad about deleting those stuff. Kasi if mahalaga talaga sa'yo yung moment na yun, then kahit wala kang memory, dadali mo yun habang buhay. Dadali mo yun sa puso mo and sa utak mo. So do not feel bad about deleting the memories that you have. Of course, masakit magbura, pero it's essential for your growth as we move forward dito sa buhay nito. That's the second thing. Also, you can also go to your social media accounts. Go to your Facebook, your Instagram, your Twitter. You could update your information nandun to make sure na everything that you put on your profiles are true, are relevant. And you could also do decluttering there. If you have friends na hindi mo naman hindi mo na kailangan maging friends, pwede ka mag-declutter, pwede ka mag-unfriend ng lahat ng hindi mo na feel maging friend. You can unfollow the people that you don't feel na dapat fina-follow mo pa. You could unfollow people sa Instagram na tingin mo puro kalokohan lang and puro glamour lang nilalagay, hindi naman talaga beneficial sa'yo. You could unfollow those people, right? And it helps with your inner peace. And that's the goal of, reducing stress, is to have more of the peace inside of you. So that's one thing that you could do. Okay, the third thing is you can read a book or reread a book. I have been reading a book since we've got here sa quarantine period na to, and I'm already on my third book. I cannot imagine myself reading 3 books in 1 month. And magugulat ka na lang na kaya mo palang gawin yung mga bagay na yun. And not only that, na I think it's really essential for us to equip ourselves with knowledge, wisdom, and probably kahit creativity, imagination na lang. If you're reading fiction books, then that's good also. If you're reading non-fiction books, then that's great also. But the point is, if we engage ourselves in books, we could realize na there is a story or there is a life na hindi ganito ka-stagnant, na hindi ganito ka-hopeless. There is a life that is waiting for us after this chapter sa buhay natin. Kasi pag titingnan natin yung everyday na ginagawa natin, parang, ano ba, paulit-ulit na lang, wala nang bago, wala nang ganyan. Pero if we dive into the books, makita natin that there is hope. Kasi there are stories. There are the stories that reminds us there was a life na hindi ganito and there will be a life na hindi ganito. So somehow it gives us hope, right? So you could also reread the book. Alam mo, I don't exactly know the number, pero I really love rereading a book kasi makita mo na there are a lot of points that you've missed from the first time you read it. And when you reread it, you can actually remember. And I love rereading a book kasi sometimes you read a book pero hindi mo ma-apply sa oras ng buhay mo ngayon eh. Right? So, and if you reread the book, makita mo na the lessons na alam mo na pero hindi mo na masyadong dinamdam noon na sobrang applicable na pala siya sa buhay ngayon. Sa buhay mo ngayon. Sobrang applicable na pala siya sa time ngayon. So, if you have your favorite books, diba, na talagang naita mo na helpful pala, you should reread them. Dahil ang dami pa ring valuable gems na pwede mong matutunan doon sa libro na yun. So that's the third thing that you could do. The fourth thing you could do is listen to a podcast. Just like what you're doing right now, you're listening to a podcast. Not only is that podcasts are very informative, very insightful, but podcasts are really entertaining. Para kang merong kausap na tropa, para kang merong kausap na kaibigan na nagbibigay lang ng payo, nagbibigay lang ng storya, nagkikwento lang ng story nila, and it helps you connect with the people na hindi mo naman nakikita. Ang sarap kaya pagising mo sa umaga, makinig ka ng podcast, tapos parang, ay, oo nga no, relate. Ay, oo nga no, connect. Ay, oo nga no, I understand him. Ay, oo nga no, naiintindihan ko siya. Kasi that's what we are craving for right now eh, on how we could connect with other people. And podcast is one way to do that. And a lot of people are actually podcast people. But the thing is, hindi nila alam na podcast people sila. Kasi they haven't tried listening to a podcast and they don't know how to access a podcast. So, if ikaw, nakikinig ka sa podcast, then good for you. Right? But if you just look around, you'll see that the people around you could actually benefit and could actually enjoy listening to a podcast pero hindi nila alam kung paano. So, if you have any of your friends, you should recommend listening to a podcast. Especially this podcast, diba? Para naman lumawak ang ating reach, diba? Hindi, pero seryoso, sobrang daming entertaining from horror-themed podcasts, from sex stories podcasts, from self-help tulad nito. There are a lot of podcasts that are waiting for you to consume. And there are a lot na mag-fit sa character mo. So, you just need to find the perfect one and, go listen to it. That is the fourth indoor activity that you could do. The fifth indoor activity that you could do is you can start your own podcast, blog, or channel. Not only that you should listen to a podcast, but you should start creating your own podcast, your blog, and your channel. There are a lot of YouTube tutorials out there on how you should start with your own craft kung gusto nyo matry to. Kasi a lot of people, nakikita ko ngayon sobrang laki ng surge ng mga tao nag-start ng sarili nilang podcast. Why? Not because they're good communicators, not because nasa passion na talaga nila yung pag-create ng podcast, kaya gusto nila ito gawin, but they have stories na gustong i-share sa buong mundo. And I am sure na ikaw, meron ka ding storya na gustong i-share sa ibang tao. Meron ka ding gustong lesson na natutunan mo na gusto mong i-share sa ibang tao. And if you have that, then you should start your own blog, you should start your own podcast, you should start your own video YouTube channel kung, medyo photogenic ka. And share your stories because people are waiting for new stories out there to be consumed. There are a lot of stories out there, but people are constantly, searching for new stories, for new content that they could relate to. And maybe yun na pala yung calling mo. Diba? Hindi natin alam eh. So this is the perfect time to do that. Start your own podcast, start your own blog, and start your own YouTube channel. That's the fifth thing that you could do. The sixth thing that you could do indoor is an indoor workout. I have been consistently working out, and as we all know, as most of us know, that workouts are essential in reducing stress and anxiety because it helps us release endorphins na ito yung happy hormones natin and nababawasan nito yung stress sa buhay natin. So if we, add indoor workouts sa ating routine, sa ating everyday life, ang maganda dito, hindi tayo strict na tulad noon, parang kailangan sa gym, may oras na tayo na pupuntahan, di ba? Ito, we have our whole day para lang makapag-workout. Preferably, umaga natin gawin kasi maluwag-luwag naman ang umaga natin. And this not only helps us in reducing our stress and anxiety, but this is a keystone habit in successful people. Right? At sabihin ng ibang tao na, bakit ba natin kailangan gawin yan? Hindi naman alam kung makakaabot tayo doon. Baka mamatay na rin naman tayong lahat eh. May mga narinig ako yung mga pessimistic na tao na ganyan na hindi natin kailangan mag-workout, di rin naman tayo aabot yan, ganyan. What if hindi tayo mamatay? What if sa kakatulog natin, makarating tayo sa point na magising na rin tayo na okay na lahat? Diba? If we instill our habit of indoor workouts, we are eliminating the excuse na kailangan natin ng gym, kailangan natin ng weights para maging healthy tayo, para magkaroon tayo ng work, para ma-instill natin na mag-workout tayo araw-araw or consistently. If we get to the point na tapos na tong quarantine and we have the habit of working out, sobrang laking panalo. And kung hindi natin magawa, then that's fine. That's totally fine. Alam mo, one way na parang naging interesting and really fun din yung indoor workouts ko, I installed TikToks. Tapos sa TikToks, nakikita ko yung mga taong nag-workout na nilalagyan nila ng music, yung mga creative ways na kung paano nila mag-workout sa bahay, nung walang equipment. Walang equipment. Ang kailangan mo lang tugtog. Kailangan mo lang yung tugtog mo, kailangan mo lang maganda yung music mo, and you can start working out at the safety of your home. So it's really fun. It's really something that I really enjoy, and I think that you should try it out too. If hindi siya para sa'yo, then okay. Pero if para sa'yo siya, then you're welcome. Dagdag ka lang na magandang music and you will love it. You will enjoy it. I swear. Okay, the next thing is, pang-anim. The sixth thing that you can do is to get some fresh air. The quality of air that we breathe into our life affects our stress and our anxiety. So, what I do is sometimes I walk around sa bahay namin. Kahit indoor, I just walk and walk and walk para naman to ease off my mind. Kasi pag naglalakad ako, talagang parang kahit pa paano nakiklear yung mind ko. Tapos, I sometimes go up sa rooftop and I get some fresh air. Mabago man lang yung air. Kasi malaking factor yung air sa buhay natin eh. So, if we get some fresh air, maganda kung sa harapan ng mga plants. Right? I go to the rooftop to get some fresh air. Makita yung hangin na hindi usually. Kasi pag nakaharap ka sa computer, parang hindi mo na napapansin yun eh. But ang laking tulong kapag nagagawa mo yun, pag nakakuha ka ng fresh air talaga. So, kung wala kang ganun, then just open your window and get some sunlight as well. Vitamin D din yan. Tapos, just take deep breaths. Right? Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. And makita mo na malaking factor pala siya na pampakalma sa sarili mo. If you inhale, exhale, pero nakatapat ka lang sa aircon, hindi siya ganun ka-effective like if you are inhaling fresh air. So, if I were you, I'm not telling you to go out, diba? Siyempre, quarantine pa din. Pero, just get some fresh air. Find a way that you could inhale the good stuff. Inhale the quality air coming from the outside. So, that's one thing. It will help you a lot, believe me. Okay, the seventh thing. Seventh na ba? Okay, 7, 8, 9. Oh, hindi. Seventh thing. Oh, shit. Hindi ko na alam. I think it's the eighth. This is the eighth thing that you should do. The eighth thing that you could do is pray and meditate. I know that this is a lot of stressful time, pero I've seen some of my friends that are listening to worship songs, are listening to online services, online mass. And this is actually one way to reduce our stress and to reduce our anxiety kasi there is a certain calmness when we reconnect with God. Right now, this is a stressful time for all of us. And for most of us, hindi na alam kung ano mangyayari, kung anong nangyayari sa mundo. And this is the perfect time that we should reconnect with God. And how do we do that? We pray. We ask na Lord, na hindi naman sa Lord, paintindi mo naman sa akin to, not that, but Lord, give us the strength and the courage para malagpasan tong araw-araw na stress na to, araw-araw na anxiety na pinagdadaanan namin ngayon. And being alone with your thoughts. If you don't like praying, if you're not a religious person, that you can meditate. Just being alone with your thoughts, having that me time, that self-reflection time, and reconnecting your spiritual self is one way to help you be calm in this stressful time and will therefore help you with your stress and anxiety. If you don't have a habit of praying or meditating, then you should start now. Dahil unang-una wala namang mawawala sa'yo. Marami ka namang oras. Kung hindi mo magawa, then okay. Pero at least for once na try mo mag-pray, magkaroon ng me time to reflect or mag-meditate. If it's for you, then good. Kung hindi, then okay din. One thing's for sure na sa mga oras na naliligaw talaga tayo, that's the perfect time that we need to instill our faith sa buhay natin. You know, I'm not trying to sound profound or deep or anything or religious in some way. Pero pag di ko na kasi alam talaga yung nangyayari, nagpipray lang ako. And nagulat na lang ako na nawawala yung gulo sa puso ko, yung stress sa utak ko. Nababawasan. Hindi nawawala pero nababawasan. So maybe yun yung para sa'yo. So try that one as well. The ninth thing that you could do is Zoom meeting with friends or online meeting with your friends. Of course, as extroverts, this is one hell of a struggle for us, diba? And one way we could reduce that is by staying connected with our friends. I schedule meetings, one-on-one, group meetings sa aking mga friends. I always, try to maximize the use of my phone by online calling them through Messenger, through Zoom. Sobrang nakakatawa yung Zoom na yan eh. Tapos, makikita natin doon na parang, hindi pala natin kailangan ma-disconnect sa mga tao eh. And kahit yung simpleng kamustahan, nakakatulong talaga siya pampakalma sa sarili natin. So, go! Use your phone the way that you should use it. Hanapin mo yung mga friends mo, mag-set up kayo ng isang one night per week siguro. Hindi lang kayo puro kwentuhan. You could even play games o kaya mag-inuman kayo online. Pwede yan. Meron ako nakita parang inuman, di ba? Tapos -numan. Tapos, ayun, nagiinuman lang sila. Kunwari magkakasama pa rin sila. Then nagkikwentuhan sila. And it's really, really nice to see that we can still stay connected with our friends kahit na ganito yung nangyayari. And makita mo lang yung mga friends mo na they're doing well, they're doing okay. Somehow, nag-overthink lang pala ako sa mga bagay-bagay. And you could even play games with your friends. You could, set up charades or you could play Scribble. Meron ako ng isang try na application or software sa mga e-girls and e-boys dyan. Alam nila yan. Na parang Scribble, magda-drawing ka, tapos unahan, makahula kung ano yung pinapadrawing. And it's super fun. And online lang yon. And you will have a very nice time or quality time with your friends while doing that. Diba? You could also, kung meron kayong mga PS4 or mga PC, you could schedule an online game night with your friends para naman, diba, you can still connect with each other while doing fun things like playing games. If you are a student or a businessman or you are an employee, pagbalik nito, wala ka ng time to do those stuff. So if merong time para gawin yun, then do that. Diba? Connect with your friends. Schedule a game night with your friends para naman maaliw ka and maaliw yung mga friends mo din. Okay, so that's another. And lastly, start your passion project. A lot of people are actually doing this. There are a lot of people that have different ideas on how they could start their own business, right? And for me, this is the perfect time to do that because the risk of doing that business, of starting that passion project is so low. Pero the opportunity is still is the same or even greater. The upside is the same and the greater. Pero yung risk totally lumiit na, nag-shrink na. Because everyone's in a crisis. Wala nang mawawala sa'yo. You have nothing to lose. So if there is a time for you to start whatever you want to start in life, whether it's your own baking shop, it's your online, if you want to be a coach, online coach or life coach, if you want to start your streaming, gaming career, this is the perfect time to do that kasi walang mawawala sa'yo. You have all the time to do it. You have all the time to study, to prepare, and to actually execute your passion project. Ang tagal nating sinasabi sa sarili natin before na, ay, wala kasi akong time para gawin yan. Ay, wala kasi akong time para mag-start ng ganyang project. Busy ako sa ganito, busy ako sa ganyan. Well, ngayon wala ka ng excuse. Hindi ka na busy. You have all the time to do it. So you should do it. So if you have a passion project, balikan mo yung sarili mo a year ago, 2 years ago, 3 years ago, even 5 years ago. And ask yourself, ano yung mga gusto mong gawin before? And maybe ito na yung oras and yung pagkakataon. And that this is the window of opportunity that life presented para magawa mo yung passion project mo. This might be it. So if there's one thing, you should start your passion project. And that's the 10th thing that you could do to reduce your stress and your anxiety. Now, maybe some of you are doing one of the things na sinabi ko dito. Maybe some of you are doing all of the things na sinabi ko dito. Great for you. Pero you don't need to do this. These are just suggestions on how you could reduce your stress and your anxiety during this time. If you don't do any of these things, pero you're still doing your part, then still thank you. Pero I hope that some of the things na binanggit natin dito could help you in being creative in living your daily lives, daily routines. And just a little recap, these are the things na pwede mong gawin to reduce your stress and anxiety. Number 1, declutter your house. Number 2, organize your online files and profiles. Number 3, read or reread a book. Number 4, listen to a podcast. Number 5, start your own podcast, blog, or channel. Number 6, do an indoor workout. Number 7, get some fresh air. Number 8, pray or meditate. Number 9, online meeting with friends, online gaming night with friends. And number 10, start your passion project. I wish na meron kayong nagagawa dito kahit isa. Some of you meron na nagagawa dito na isa. Some of you nagagawa na to lahat. But I really wish that these things can help you to deal with your stress and anxiety. Sana nakatulong to. And that's all I have for you today. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for joining me in this journey of self-help, self-improvement. Thank you so much for keeping me sane during this crazy time. Thank you so much for being here. I am really grateful to have you guys. Yun lang. Wala na akong ibang kailangan sabihin. Sana nag-enjoy kayo. Sana may natutunan kayo. Please, stay indoors. Do not forget to wash your hands and be safe. Talk to you guys next episode. Bye-bye.